Hello and welcome back to SUEDHEMMERN. We've got some weeds in our carrots. We've hired a weeder, save spraying, and we are going to get these weeds pulled out of our crop. Got a weed there which is bit of a rogue weed there. That won't come out. That one must have grown too high. Never mind, it will have to stay in. The carrot's not up as yet, but we shall see as we go forward. Hopefully the carrots will get a good start with coming into virtually weed-free soil. It might be the odd weed here and there which is too big for the weeder to pull up. But, you see there the little fingers going around and taking out the weeds. So get all these weeds out, get the next stage of fertiliser on. That will then be ready for the crops growing and harvest. We have got the cartload of sugar beet to sell as well, so that will offset the leasing of this weeder. It is the first time in Farming Simulator that we've used a weeder on our channel. So it was actually them having a purpose in 19. We'd give them a try, especially as soon as we've got carrots and sugar beet growing, which to me is the sort of crop you would use the weeder in. Just sag a little bit, it's a bit heavy on its haunches on the sides. We shall get done around here and then we can turn on the field. Carrots, as I say, not yet showing their heads through the soil, which means we are not damaging them in any way whatsoever, because the weeder is not touching them. Grabbing these weeds and flicking them out of the soil. The wheat, barley and oats will have the sprayer over them. Not really. Weeders are not the sort of thing you really put in a wheat field. Wheat crop is too close together for the weeder to work properly. We'll pull a bit of the wheat up as well, or not get all the weed, to avoid the wheat. So pulls fairly easy. It's not powered in any way, it's just laid on the soil and spinning as the tractor moves forward. They are also on springs, so if you've got any rocks in the field it will just lift over the top of the rock and not damage anything. Well, that's the theory. Get these fields all weeded, And next time you join us, we shall be either spraying or fertilising, whichever job needs doing first. Probably will be spraying and then fertilise all the crops after. Give them a good boost of nitrogen after the chemicals gone on. Helps them survive the shock of it. Weeds, yeah, one or two weeds there, they've got just that little bit too big for the weeder to pull up now, but it's coming out, so we're not going to bother spraying. It's not for the little bit what the weeds are leaving behind, it's not worth putting the sprayer on for. Getting majority of the weeds out of the ground. Odd weed here and there which are a bit more advanced, it's not pulling out, but won't worry too much about those. Hopefully it won't be too long before the carrots are through, so we can see what sort of crop we're getting. Weeder does actually take fairly big weeds out. I mean, there is some biggish weeds here that it's taking out. And why the weeder actually missed in the last patch, I don't know. We shall soon have the carrots done. We will continue off screen and get the onions and sugar beet done. As I say, next time you join us, we shall have the sprayer on. Well, come and see if this weed will come up, since we are. No, it won't. That's one of the weeds. It's a bit too far advanced. For the weeder. Odd weeds like that's not going to hurt anything. It will help the wildlife a little, and majority of the field will be weed free going forward. It's a great job, this weeder. I'm really happy with it. May have to buy ourselves one and do all our crops with it. Oh, all our root crops, like potatoes, sugar beet and carrots and onions. Really working well. Really happy with it. Well worth the money for leasing. And it also, of course, means that there are no chemicals on the carrots, so they can be sold as chemical free, which hopefully will give us a bit of a premium when we come to sell them. I know people these days don't like a lot of chemicals on their food. They are going more for the organics and stuff, so although we are putting artificial fertiliser on this season, at least they're not getting the chemicals in. Through this field nicely. Probably 99.5% weed free. There's just that 0.5% here and there which has got weeds that were a little too far advanced for the weeder. Probably came along a little too late with the weeder, but learn for another season to get in them much sooner. Hopefully when we get to the onion field, the onions will be up and doing well, so we should have a jump cut and we'll join you at the onion field. Okay, we are approaching the onion field. We'll get out, have a check, see what needs to be done here. Let's get around the corner, pull on the grass here, just check. The onions are up. That's good. The onions are growing nicely and fertilised 100% and weed free. So we don't need to do those. So we shall pop down to the sugar beet field to check whether they need any weeding or the potatoes. And we shall join you back when we hook the sprayer on. Next field, field 16, has got the oats in. There is our oats growing nicely. At least I think that's the oats. Is that the oats? Yeah, there it is. Oats growing. Fertilised 50%, so we need more fertiliser on those, but they are weed free. Some of these fields done well for weeds thus far. But, now we've got the potato field and our sugar beet field. We shall check these. If they are weed free, we will then see what's to be done. Those are weed free, 100% fertilised. Potatoes 50% and weed free. So we can take the shop, weed her back to get on to the check the oats and the wheat and the barley, whether we need to put the sprayer on. So I'll stop off at the oat field. Sure, that was weed free and needing fertilising, so yeah, the oats are weed free and need another layer of fertiliser putting on. Now we shall car's out of the way now. The onions was weed free and 100% fertilised, so they are ready for going. We should check on our wheat crop before we leave. We drop this off, it is now been used for. The dealer will ring, they will come and fetch it out of our yard. And we shall drop it just here and we can tell them where it is and they will pick that up later on. Got the animal pens there. We haven't got any animals at the moment, but would be a good idea to get some, I think. So let's just check on our barley and our wheat. Stop the tractor there, because once we've checked these, that is where we shall finish for today. They are weed free, 100% fertilised, and that is weed free and fertilising to do. So when you join us tomorrow, we shall be doing the last layer of fertiliser. Take this back into the shed once we've got all the fertiliser done. The next day, the time you join us, we will be doing the sugar beet, getting that taken to the sell point. So hope you've excuse me, my voice is going there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, give it a share. If you are new to Summer Farm Estates and would like to see more of the work we do here, please subscribe to the channel. Give that bell a tap, it will tell you when we do these videos, when we do our live streams. Until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye for now.